Why are housing prices soaring at such a rapid pace? This is not just a simple issue, and it's crucial that we understand the multitude of factors that have contributed to this situation. To begin with, let's consider the basic principles of supply and demand, which are foundational to understanding any market, including real estate. Over the past several years, the demand for housing has significantly outpaced the available supply. This imbalance is one of the primary drivers behind the steep rise in housing prices. On the demand side, several factors have fueled this increase. First and foremost is the historically low interest rates we've seen the last decade. These rates, often set by the Federal Reserve, have made borrowing cheaper, encouraging more people to take out mortgages and purchase homes. When money is inexpensive to borrow, more potential buyers enter the market, thus driving up demand. Additionally, there has been a significant demographic shift. Millennials, now the largest generation, are entering their prime home buying years. This cohort, many of whom delayed purchasing a home due to economic uncertainties, are now eager to establish roots and build equity. The sheer size of this demographic group has put additional pressure on the housing market. Let's also not forget the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, which played a paradoxical role. On one hand, it disrupted many lives and economic activities. On the other hand, the pandemic spurred a shift in housing preferences. With remote work becoming the norm, people began seeking larger homes with more space, often in suburban or even rural areas, rather than staying in densely populated urban centers. This change in preference led to an unexpected surge in demand in areas that were previously considered less desirable, thereby pushing up prices in those markets as well. Now, let's shift our focus to the supply side, which has been equally constrained. One of the most significant issues has been the chronic underbuilding of homes. For more than a decade, the US has not constructed enough housing to keep up with population growth. This is a legacy of the 2008 financial crisis when home builders, after suffering massive losses, became extremely cautious. Many went out of business, and those that survived slashed their construction activities. As a result, we have a cumulative deficit of housing units. In addition to the underbuilding, there are other factors that have exacerbated the supply shortage. One of these is the increasing cost of construction materials. Lumber prices, for example, have seen dramatic increases due to supply chain disruptions, tariffs, and increased demand. The cost of labor has also risen, partly due to a shortage of skilled workers in the construction industry. These rising costs make it more expensive for builders to produce new homes, and these costs are inevitably passed on to buyers in the form of higher prices. Zoning regulations and land use policies have also played a crucial role in limiting the supply of housing. In many areas, particularly in desirable urban locations, restrictive zoning laws have made it difficult to build new homes, especially multifamily units like apartments and condos. These regulations are often intended to preserve the character of a neighborhood or to limit density, but the unintended consequence is a restriction in the supply of housing which drives up prices as demand continues to grow. Another element that can't be ignored is the role of investors in the housing market. In recent years, we've seen a significant increase in investment activity, both from institutional investors and smaller individual investors. Many of these investors purchase properties with the intention of renting them out, flipping them, or simply holding them as assets that appreciate in value. While this investment can contribute to the supply of rental housing, it also means that these properties are not available for purchase by typical home buyers, further tightening the market. Moreover, speculation has also become more prevalent, with some buyers purchasing homes not necessarily to live in, but to sell at a profit as prices continue to climb. This speculative activity can create a feedback loop where rising prices fuel more speculation, which in turn drives prices even higher. Now, one might ask, what are the solutions? How can we address these challenges and create a more balanced housing market? The answer is complex and requires a multifaceted approach. One potential solution is for governments at all levels, federal, state, and local, to incentivize the construction of new housing. This could involve subsidies for affordable housing, tax incentives for developers, or even zoning restrictions to allow for higher density development. However, these measures are often politically challenging. Many communities resist new development due to concerns about congestion, changing neighborhood character, or declining property values. There is also the question of how to address the demand side. While higher interest rates could theoretically cool the market by making mortgages more expensive, this could also have the unintended effect of making housing even less affordable for those who are already struggling. Policymakers need to strike a delicate balance between managing inflation, which impacts the broader economy, and ensuring that home ownership remains within reach for ordinary Americans. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.